what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Fayy Lenee. Welcome. And if you are not new here, then you already know what it is. So thank you so much, as always, for coming back for another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a review. As you guys saw, I did recently upload a massive haul of brand new products. And in the comments of that video, this was one of the products that several of you guys mentioned that you were excited to have me review and to hear my thoughts on. So today I'm bringing you guys a review on the new L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation, as well as the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. So I'm going to be showing you guys a demo of me applying the products onto my skin, telling you guys my first impressions, what I feel about it, how it lays on the skin, how other products apply on top of it, all of that good stuff. The usual, you guys know how we do reviews around here. So that is what we're going to be doing for today's video. And then of course at the end of the video, I will give you guys my final thoughts as well as some claims on what these products say that they're supposed to do. So before we get started, if you are new, be sure to click on that subscribe button down below, join my fam here on YouTube, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on any future videos, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the review. Alright guys, so as I mentioned in the intro, today we are going to be testing out the new L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear and Full Wear Foundation and Concealer. I know a lot of you guys are just as excited as I am for this video and to test out these products, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I did go ahead and prime my skin with my regular primers. You guys already know the drill. So today we're just going to jump straight into the foundation. So this is 510 Hazelnut, and that is the shade that I'm going to be applying to my face. So I'm just going to pump a little bit out on a concealer brush and apply it to my skin and then start to blend it out with a foundation brush. Okay, so far it does look like we're getting pretty good coverage. I was a little bit worried at first because the foundation pumps out a little bit liquidy. So I was like, oh, I hope that doesn't mean that the coverage is going to be sheer coverage. But it actually looks pretty good. It's ever so slightly darker than my skin tone, but hopefully the concealer will kind of help to balance that out. But it's applying really nicely to the skin. It feels super lightweight. And one thing I will say that I do notice is that it does have a slight fragrance. It almost has like a fresh linen air freshener kind of spray, if that makes sense. I don't mind it honestly because I like the scent, but if you are someone that is sensitive to scents, then you may not be a fan of that. Okay, so this is what we are looking like with the foundation on, and honestly it looks really good. I feel like my skin looks really healthy and just smooth. And radiant also. Like, it doesn't look oily, but it definitely looks radiant, if that makes sense. So I don't really need another layer, but for the purposes of this video, I am going to go in with another layer just in this area of my face to kind of see if it is buildable. Okay, so it's definitely buildable for sure. And the other thing that I noticed about this foundation is that a little bit of this goes a long way. You really don't need a ton of this foundation to cover your entire face. It spreads really nicely. Like, you guys see that little bit just pretty much spread all over my entire cheek. So I'm actually going to go in with my sponge and just kind of smooth it out a little bit because I think I did apply a little bit too much. Okay, so this is what we're looking like with the second layer. I actually really like the way that it looks. Like I said earlier, it is just slightly too dark, but well, I don't know. Maybe you guys let me know what you think down below. I feel like I'm going back and forth a little bit. Yeah, I feel like it is just slightly too dark. But it looks really good on the skin, and it being dark is something that you could definitely fix with concealer. So let's go ahead and do that. So I picked up my concealer in the shade Amber, 385 Amber, and hopefully this is going to be a good match for me. Now this concealer, I didn't realize, but it actually claims to be waterproof. I believe I read that on the website. I have very high hopes for this concealer, and the applicator is actually a really big doe foot type applicator. So this is what the applicator looks like. It is a huge applicator, which I'm not mad at. I'm actually a huge fan of applicators that look like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and start applying it to the regular places that I apply concealer, and then I'm going to blend it out with my beauty sponge. Okay, so I had to switch my sponge because this red one I got recently from Ulta. It's one of the Morphe sponges, and it does not feel like the original Morphe sponge that I bought a while back. It's like super hard and just, it literally feels like I'm bouncing a rubber ball on my face. So we had to let that one go. So we're back to the Beauty Blender, tried and true. But so far I'm really liking the concealer. As far as the foundation, you guys, I do really like it, but it definitely has a fragrance. I can still smell it pretty, like, I can still smell it. So it doesn't bother me. Like I said, it literally smells like fresh linen, like air freshener. So it doesn't bother me, but if you are someone that is not a fan of scents, it may bother you. Okay guys, so this is what we're looking like with the concealer. I might have a new favorite, I'm just saying, because it is super full coverage. It looks really nice underneath the eyes. It's not super dry. It sets, but it doesn't set super quickly, so you do have time to blend it out. And it just looks really good. It's not accentuating my pores. My skin looks healthy. It looks glowy. It looks radiant. Not really glowy. I'll say radiant. But I think once I set it with powder and everything, it'll be just fine for my oily skin. So, and I did take what was left on the Beauty Blender and I just brought it down here along my jawline just to help to balance everything out since the foundation was a little bit dark. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer. I'm going to start off with the Makeup Revolution Bake and Blot Powder. This one is in the shade Banana. It looks like this. There you go. I've actually really been enjoying this a lot lately. I picked it up from Ulta. And I've actually been using this to set my face before I actually go in and bake. Because I've noticed with some of my powders that when I go straight in and just bake, the powder kind of just sticks to wherever I place it. And it ends up making my face, especially my under eyes, look really dry. So I've been doing this technique and it's been working really well for me. So I'm just going to apply this to all of the areas where I apply the concealer and then go in and bake underneath my eyes as well. Alright guys, so I am done baking. I went ahead and finished up my lower lash line while I was waiting. So I'm going to go ahead and dust off this excess powder. I'm also going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Setting Powder. This one is in the shade Golden Beige. Okay, so this is what we're looking like up close and personal. This is what the skin is looking like. And I honestly think it actually looks really good. It looks really natural and it doesn't look cakey whatsoever. It just looks super smooth. I feel like my skin just looks really nice and natural and smooth. My texture is smoothed out. It just looks really, really good in my opinion. So that is what we are looking like so far. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and then I'll be back to give you guys the final look at how everything came together and also my final thoughts. Alright guys, so I am back. This is what the face is looking like with all of the products applied on top. Everything did apply on top of the foundation and concealer really nicely. Everything blended together really beautifully. And of course you guys know now it's time for me to give you guys my thoughts, my final thoughts on these products. But before I get into that, I of course want to mention to you guys a couple of details about the products themselves. So the foundation actually comes in 30 shades, which I have to say is a pretty decent shade range for a drugstore product. Now, of course, I already know brands are on the bandwagon of expanding their shades and coming out with 30, 40, 50 plus shades of complexion products, which I am here for. But I think that L'Oreal has always been a brand that has done a really great job of having very inclusive shades within the range of their foundation. And with this one, they do include 30 shades. So this foundation claims to have 24-hour fresh staying power. It also claims to be a long-lasting foundation that is lightweight and breathable, and it also claims to be waterproof, transfer-resistant, sweat-resistant, and medium to full buildable coverage. Now, the concealer, on the other hand, comes in 25 different shades, and it is supposed to be a full wear concealer. That meaning you can use it pretty much anywhere on your face. It is full wear. So you can use it as concealer, you can use it as foundation, you can use it to spot correct, anything that you want to use a complexion product for on your face, you are supposed to be able to do it with this concealer. Now, it does also say that the concealer is supposed to be waterproof, transfer resistant, and fade resistant, and it's also supposed to completely cover imperfections, minimize redness, as well as cover scars. The foundation retails for $14.99 on the Ulta website, and the concealer retails for $12.99, which is a little bit pricey for a drugstore product, but L'Oreal has always been kind of on the pricier end of affordable or drugstore brands, so those price points do not really surprise me. But of course, if you do end up purchasing them from Ulta, you can of course combine a coupon to give yourself a couple of coins off, or if you happen to pick them up from Walmart or Target or any of those other stores, you may be able to find them for a little bit cheaper. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts about these products. I'm just going to come straight out the gate and tell you guys I am in love with both the foundation and the concealer. I think my skin looks bomb. Honestly, my skin looks so good. It looks natural, it looks radiant, it looks matte at the same time, if that's even possible. Like, my skin just looks so good. I don't think I've ever, I won't say ever, but I almost want to say ever, have seen my skin look this good with a drugstore product. I just think my skin looks super healthy, and I'm looking down because I'm like looking at my face in the mirror. But I think my skin just looks super healthy. Like, my texture is not emphasized, my pores are not emphasized, my under eye is smooth, it feels smooth, my face doesn't feel heavy, it feels super lightweight. Like, they did a really great job with these products. Now, of course, this is my first time using these products, so I will continue to use them and will give you guys an update on how they perform. I didn't have time to do a wear test, and I didn't want to wait because I know a lot of you guys were interested in hearing my thoughts on these products. So I figured I would just go ahead and film the video and give you guys my first impressions instead of waiting to do a wear test and pushing the video out even further than it has already taken me to film it. But yes, my first impressions, you guys, 2 thumbs up. And the way that this is sitting on my face, I feel like this will be a foundation that won't necessarily keep me from getting super oily, but I feel like if I do start to see oils starting to come through the foundation, if I blot and kind of touch up, I feel like this is a foundation that will stay in place. Because some of my foundations, as I start to get oily throughout the day, they kind of start to break up, they settle in the lines around my nose and my fine lines, and they just don't look that great. But the way that this is sitting on my face, I can already tell that if I were to wear this for a full day at work or for several hours, I feel like this would wear on the face very nicely. And as I started to get oily throughout the day, if I just blotted and reset everything, it would still look really good. And speaking of setting, I actually just realized I did not even set my face. I completely forgot to set my face with a setting spray, which I always do. And my skin still looks bomb. It looks so good. I'm very impressed. Honestly, I'm very impressed. Like, this Infallible line, L'Oreal really killed it with these products. I have not come across a product from this line yet that I have not liked. I love the Pro Matte foundation. I even like the Pro Glow mixed in a little bit with the Pro Matte. The only thing that I would say is that this shade I do think is a little bit too dark for me. I know my lights probably distort the color just a little bit. I do think that this shade is a little bit too dark. So what I'll probably do is go by my local Walmart real quick, like up the street, because I did see that they had this foundation in stock, and just pick up a shade that is a little bit lighter than this one. And I may even return this one if I can find a shade that is a better match. It doesn't look terrible because of course I was able to balance it out a little bit with the concealer, but I can tell that it is just a little bit too dark. But besides that, as far as the actual formula, the performance, the blendability, the buildability, just the overall look of the foundation on the skin, I'm very, very, very impressed. So yeah, the drugstore is really coming through with these products, you guys. Like, they are really stepping it up and coming for edges in 2019. They are not playing games. And I feel like 2019 is going to be the year of complexion products, which I'm so excited about because that is one of my favorite things when it comes to makeup is complexion products. I have way too many. So I'm definitely very excited to see what other launches come, but this one gets 2 thumbs up. So if you have been on the fence about picking it up, I say definitely pick it up. It's affordable, it's bomb. I feel like I have high-end products on my face. I'm just beyond impressed. So I'm gonna stop rambling and basically saying the same thing over and over again. You guys get it. I like the product, I like the foundation, I like the concealer. It's bomb. Y'all get it. So I will have links for you guys down below in the description if you guys want to pick it up. To make it super easy for you guys to shop, they will be the links to the Ulta site. So I will link that for you guys down below. And that is all that I have for you guys. So let me know down below if you've tried these products in the comment section. Let me know how you like them. I'm very interested to hear you guys' thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what other products you guys want to see me review. Check out my recent haul, which I will link for you. So if you don't know what products I recently purchased, check out that haul. All of the products are in there. And yeah, that's all I got. So thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you guys very soon in my next one.